Hi everyone, and welcome back to Yachty. Today we have the pleasure of showing you Amazingrace, a Swan Class 45, now for sale with Yachty on Sydney Harbour. My name's Tim Vine and had a beautiful day, mid-June day in winter. The owner and a couple of the Yachty staff took out Amazingrace for a sail. Now I've been lucky enough to sell a few swans in my time, and every time I'm reminded of the quality of the product. Every door you open, the engine bay, in behind the wiring looms, is just the construction quality is unbelievable, and Amazingrace is no different. She has had several owners since arriving here as a new boat in 2003, and her current owner has absolutely spoiled her. He's a fastidious boat owner, loves spending money on his boat, and Amazingrace has been a huge beneficiary of this love of yachts, and in particular swans. Been quite a light to medium day, probably 10 to 15 knots out of the west. Amazingrace was moving really well uphill. She has a full suite of North 3DI upwind sails. This is a 2019 masthead, A1 spinnaker, an S2 masthead 2019, and then a spare A1 VMG kite from 2005. She also has storm jib and staysail. Very cleverly, the owner runs his racing jibs on hanks on a rod forestay, but she's also been fitted with a Ubi Maior structural jib furler that a furling jib goes on with battens. So it's a clever setup for a regatta style 4-triangle and a cruising setup that's very, very easy to put away. In 2023 she was taken up to Midcoast Marine, and under the very skillful guidance of Joe de Kock, all of the anti-foul was taken off the boat, soda blasted off the boat. She was re-faired and re-anti-fouled, obviously sprayed. She also had her existing teak decks removed, and composite teak decks were put on, the teak colour with white caulking that look very, very good. They're very functional, very neat. In 2019 she had her rod standing ring replaced, and both her hull spars, carbon mast and boom, were clear coated. She also had a bowsprit fitted, but as we'll see later on the video, she has an anchor locker, and a bow roller is part of the inventory and can be refitted. Very functional cockpit, 6 Lumar self-tailing winches, 2 have speed rings, full set of B&G sailing instruments with 4 jumbos on the mast, carbon spinnaker pole, aluminium spinnaker pole, and that very, very clever convertible furling arrangement we spoke about before. Nice big white side deck. So we'll have a look below in a minute. The timber work in this boat for its age is unbelievable. She has her original Swan upholstery. It's a 3-cabin version, single head, which allows a lot of room aft, and those aft cabins for the size of the boat are very generous. Top opening and front opening fridge and freezer, very functional nav station with HF, VHF. Two very generous aft cabins coming up very soon. She's powered by a Volvo 55 horsepower through a sail drive with a gory 2-blade feathering prop that was fitted in 2019. So my number's coming up soon. Amazingrace is lying at the CYC, a very, very good example of a well cared for and constantly upgraded Nautor Swan Class 45, now for sale with Yachty, in absolutely immaculate condition and well worth inspection. Thanks and have a good day.